name is Brandon Christoph. I'm going to share my Blu-ray collection. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, first up, The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Really good comeback film for him. It's very enjoyable. You know, it's cheesy, but it's Arnold. What do you expect? It's going to blow shit up. That's all you need to know. The Other Guys. Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell. Saw this in theaters. This movie was hilarious. It's got a different kind of humor to it, but it worked with me. I've probably watched this 20 times, maybe more. It's a very good movie. Next up, one of my favorite romantic comedies, and that would be Crazy Stupid Love. The thing I like about the movie the most is that big twist that comes near the end, where a bunch of characters meet. I'm not going to tell you how or the circumstances why. Catching Fire. Now, so far, I think this is the best one in the series. First one was good. This one was amazing. It took it from a different perspective. And then Mockingjay Part 1. It's kind of boring, but I'm sure, you know, it was made to set up the final act, which I think is going to be very spectacular. I haven't read the books, though. Want to. All right, next up, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Very good movies. I enjoyed the first one more than the second one. I think the first one has a great story. Second one kind of lost me with the whole villain thing, but if you want to have a double feature, they're not bad. Pretty good. Very good animation. Look great on Blu-ray. Check them out if you haven't already. Anchorman. Enough said. Classic. David Fincher's Gone Girl. Amazing movie. Got to see this in theaters when it came out in October, and it was just so good. I mean, twist after twist. You have no idea what's coming next in the film. I really enjoyed it. Monuments Men. Got bad reviews, but the cast is the cast. I mean, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, John Goodman. Can't go wrong with that cast. Captain Phillips. Very good movie, very intense. A lot of people are high in this movie. It was good. Next up, RoboCop remake. When it was rated PG-13, I was kind of on the fence about it, but it actually turned out not to be, you know, it was not a bad movie. How to Train Your Dragon 2. I bought this on Black Friday for $10. I haven't watched it yet, so I really can't say anything about it, but I've heard amazing things. Before I watch it, though, I want to watch the first one, so if anyone's seen the first one, let me know what you think of it. Don John. Very impressive movie. Yeah, it's about porn. And trying to maintain a girlfriend when you still want to watch porn. Not a lot of people I know like it, but I like it. Classic. Cult classic. Boondock Saints. Can't go wrong with this one. I haven't watched it in a while. I need to watch it soon. Gravity. A lot of people say it's boring. I could see why they'd say it, but I actually found it to be very intense. Next up, I have another pair of animated movies. Despicable Me. Despicable Me 2. I mean, who doesn't love these movies? The Minions, great. Steve Carell's wonderful as Gru. Next up, one of my favorite movies from 2012, Cabin in the Woods. What a great homage to classic horror films. I mean, it was so good. So many great twists, and the end scene. The final act of this movie was just quick, paced well, intense. Very, very, very good. Next up, Denzel's latest, The Equalizer. Reconnecting with his director from Training Day. Not as good as Training Day, but I really like the story. They could definitely make a franchise. Wolf of Wall Street. There's some people, you either hate it or you love it. I loved it. Next up, another from David Fincher, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Have not watched it yet. I'm actually just started reading the book, so once I read the book, I'll watch the movie, and then that's that. I'm really looking forward to watching that. I'm a big Daniel Craig fan. Alright. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. James Franco, very good in this movie. Very great story. A lot of people prefer this over Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, but I'm on this boat right here. This movie was really good. Andy Serkis, wonderful. Toby Kebbell, wonderful too. And it's in 3D. Apes in 3D, kidding me? That's awesome. Alright, I'm going to get a lot of heat from this one, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a musical. I'm a big musical fan. and I'm going to reveal it right now. Rent. So good. Chris Columbus did a great job taking this from Broadway to the big screen. And I know every word to every song, singing karaoke all the time. Horrible Bosses. Gut busting. This movie was so funny. Haven't seen the second one yet. Want to. Just to say I've seen it, and I heard it got bad. Heard it wasn't good as the first one, but I'm definitely going to check it out. Next up, one of Dwayne Johnson's latest, Hercules. Better than that Callan Lentz garbage, right? You know what? It was very good. It was surprising good, actually. I want to say very. It was surprisingly good. A lot of good action. I mean, I love Dwayne Johnson. I used to be a big WWE fan back when he was Rocky Maivia. So anything he comes out with, I will see. Next up, Red 2. Haven't seen this one yet. I own the first one. I want to do a double feature, but I've been waiting for some things to fall in line. You know, my girlfriend, so we can watch both of them, or my mom, somebody. I want to watch both of them. I heard they're very good. Fargo, the complete first season. This was a trip. I mean, it puts you right back in the environment that the Coen brothers put you in for the first one. And Billy Bob, Martin Freeman, on point in this. This is a great television series. Next up, Best Picture, Hurt Locker. One of the best military movies of all time. Jeremy Renner, so good. Catherine Bigelow, she knows how to make a good action flick. Zero Dark 30. And of course, one of my favorites, Point Break. Both which I own and I'll get to later, but it's so intense. Great screenplay. Haywire. Not a lot of people. This is Soderbergh. I'm a big fan of Soderbergh. It's just good. There's a lot of actually big people in here. Michael Fassbender, awesome. Silver Linings Playbook. Very good movie. David O. Russell did a great job. Paul Blart Mall Cop. I totally fucked that up. Paul Blart Mall Cop. I mean, it is what it is. It's not good, but there's one scene in this movie that just I die every time I see it, and it's when he takes the chick to her car on his Segway, and that's just I die when the Survivor song plays in the background. Lone Survivor. Haven't watched it yet. It was a blind buy. It was only $6 on Black Friday. I want to check it out. Taylor Kitsch, one of my favorite actors, is in there, and you got Wahlberg. Heard it's good. Definitely going to check it out. If you've heard anything about it, let me know. Same thing with this. This was a blind buy. This was only $10. I heard it looks beautiful. If you've seen it, let me know how it is. I'm looking forward to watching it soon. One of my top favorite movies of last year, 2014, Edge of Tomorrow. Thought this was going to be so awful. Didn't get a chance to see it in theaters. Heard great things from friends. Just killing me and killing me and killing me. Came out. Got it on Black Friday. Amazing. Watch it. The sequel's coming out on this movie, so it would be a good time to watch Hot Tub Time Machine. I mean, who can't go back in time to the 80s, party, have fun, try to recreate things that happen so you get rich. Awesome movie. It's really funny. John Cusack was in that too, and he kind of fell out of place, but he meshed well with the characters. Next up, from Edgar Wright, that's not in the Cornetto trilogy, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This movie was awesome. It was different. That's what I like about it. Scarface, Al Pacino, classic. Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King. Enough said. Last one, Best Picture. I used to actually throw down these films saying I didn't see them and I threw them down. I should have saw them before I opened my mouth, but these are actually very damn good. Some of the best action movies ever made. The Raid 2 and The Raid. I should have did another one first, but I fucked up. Amazing action. Jeepers Creepers 1, Jeepers Creepers 2. First one better than the second one, but they're both entertaining. Both kind of fucked up too, but check it out. The Wolverine Collection. First one, okay. Second one, awesome. Third one, eh. Origins Wolverine, eh. The Wolverine, First Class, yes. As a little sum up of those movies, I'd marathon them. I'd suffer through 3 marathon. My favorite one out of here is probably First Class. I think I actually might like that more than Days of Future Past, but I think it was Fassbender, amazing. McAvoy, amazing. Jennifer Lawrence is in there too. You even got Kevin Bacon in that movie. So check these out, except for the third one, because Days of Future Past even writes that one off. Days of Future Past with a Sentinel on it, awesome. 3D, beautiful. Quicksilver, fucking sick. Next up, saw in theaters, got a chance to see it, loved it. Snowpiercer. It's a different kind of movie. Good story. People on the back of the train make their way to the front of the train. But a lot of stuff happens. It's not that boring. It's very good. Very good. Very good. Next up is a recent film I bought. It's the follow-up to You're Next by Adam Wingard. The Guest. Very good. Very intense. There's a lot of good action scenes in here, too. I didn't know what to expect. This was a blind buy, and I watched it right when I got it, because I liked You're Next. I'm a big fan of that movie. Yeah, very good. I want to knock out these 3 real quick. Jurassic Park, classic. Can't wait for Jurassic World. This is the best one of the series, but we'll see what Jurassic World can do. Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy, classic. Twister, with my boy Bill Paxton. Very good disaster film. Hobbit 1, Hobbit 2, Desolation Smog, Unexpected Journey. I will be buying Battle of the Five Armies, even though I don't think that one is good as Smog. But if I ever want to marathon them, I'll have them. So, Smog, best of the series in my opinion. What do you guys think? Those are both in 3D too. Let's see here. 300 Rising of Empire. This was when I first bought my 3D Blu-ray player. And then my Xbox One and PS4 became 3D Blu-ray players, so I wasted a lot of money. I could have bought more movies, but not bad. It was a good follow-up. It had its issues, but action film stayed true to the roots of the first one. Filmed the action the same way. Captain America, Winter Soldier. So good. George St. Pierre is even in this movie, and Captain America whoops his ass. Actually, he gets some punches in too, but what a great spy movie, honestly. That's what it is. Had to get this one from England because they didn't release it in 3D. Frozen 3D. Love it, hate it. It's pretty awesome. I know every word, every song. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'm just going to shrug my shoulders. That's all I can do. That's good. Let it go. Top Gun 3D. Classic. I feel the need for speed. High five. That was awful. And iRobot. A lot of people don't like this movie. Don't know why. I think it's very good. It was very entertaining. I liked Sonny, the robot. I think, you can connect with him. Very heartfelt. I don't know what's wrong with people. This was a good action movie. Will Smith loves sci-fi. It's not his best sci-fi movie, but it's up there. And I would love to see the sequel. Next up is my other TV series I own on Blu-ray, True Detective. Watched all 8. I recorded them all on DVR, then watched all 8 in a row. And oh my goodness, this series is unbelievable. Alright, it's time to power through some more. Pacific Rim 3D, another movie I thought was going to be awful, but it actually was very awesome. Charlie Hunnam, amazing. You can see him right there, Jax. As you can tell, this is Awesome Mix 1, Guardians of the Galaxy. So good. Big risk, paid off. And of course, Titanic. Classic. James Cameron racked up the money with this, and it was really not a bad movie. It could be considered a chick flick, but it also can be considered a disaster movie. It's kind of both, so the guys can go for the disaster and the chick can go for the romance. Check it out. All these 3D too. They look wonderful. Amazing, especially Titanic. That's it with shelf 1. Let's move on to shelf 2. They all fell down on me, but that's alright. Bond. All of them. Blu-ray. Best Christmas gift I've ever received. From Connery to Craig. This franchise has made it 50 years. Not a lot of franchises can say that. One of the best of all time. Put her to 3D. You one ugly motherfucker. No, I can't do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. But what I can do is put this in my Blu-ray player, put on my glasses, and be amazed. Good transfer to 3D. It's classic. One of the best action movies of all time. Watch it. The Conjuring. Good movie. Got ruined for me. When I saw it in theaters, I saw it with a bunch of idiots. A bunch of probably teenagers. Alright, we're going to go through some classics right here. Just knock them out. Evil Dead. Original. Classic. Evil Dead 2. This was not a horror film. This was a comedy. And it was hilarious. Usual Suspects, one of the best twists of all time. Great movie, great cast, Kevin Spacey. And The Goonies. A lot of people say I look like Sloth, but I'm alright with that. Check this out if you haven't. This was an amazing movie. Zombies! Alright, World War Z. A lot of shaky cam. Wasn't happy with it. But second and third act were pretty awesome. Especially when he was in that lab where he had to be quiet. That was so intense. My heart was beating on my chest. Star Trek. J.J. Abrams. Star Trek Into Darkness. J.J. Abrams. Now he's going to Star Wars. Who knows what's going to happen with this franchise. It sucks that hopefully they don't abandon it, but these are good movies. I think Star Trek Into Darkness is better. These next two are classics. Two different genres, but they're classics. Roadhouse, Swayze, The Double Deuce. Kick some ass. Dude, The Big Lebowski. Classic, Coen Brothers, Jeff Bridges. Next! Saw, The Complete Collection. You know, Saw 5 was pretty bad. 6 was okay. And I think 7 was a great end to it. First one, I honestly think top 3 best movie twist was the end of the first one. I mean, who knew that? If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it. You know what? Just watch it. Second one was good. Third one, it was alright. I liked the fourth one. You already saw Skyfall. It's actually in here. It came with the slot, so very good. Matrix, nothing more to say. And one of my favorite movies, I have a humongous poster in my room, Flight. Not a lot of people like the little side story that went on with the chick, but I think it was awesome. It's nice to see two people struggling to come together and share their issues with one another. It was a very good movie. Terminator 1. T2. Not 3, but Salvation. Salvation was good. I thought Salvation was awesome. I liked Christian Bale. I liked how they set it once the war happened. It was interesting to see that environment. But if you want to talk about the best, Cameron, you are a genius. Terminator 2. Awesome. First Hunger Games, yes, I have it. I did not pay $24.99 for it, but it's not catching fire, but it's a good start. It kind of it builds up the characters. It shows you it got intense once the game started, but other than that, it was kind of bore fest until that happened. But Catching Fire was legit all the way through. So, I mean, if you're gonna watch Catching Fire, watch this first. Les Miserables, Anne Hathaway. One song got her the Oscar, but it was a hell of a song. Hugh Jackman, very awesome in this movie. Dolorex. And didn't know what to expect going in. Left the IMAX theater in awe. I love the song in the beginning. The intro song got me hooked and it put me right there. I was in it. I was invested. Original RoboCop. I'd buy that for $1. Very good movie. Expendables. Expendables 2. Which one was better? 2. Was 3 good? It was actually kind of hard to watch. The only good thing about 3 was Mel Gibson. And Antonio Banderas was pretty hilarious in that. But marathoning them, I might buy the third one if the price is right. I'm not going to buy it. I know it's $20, but if it's like $5 somewhere on Black Friday, I might get it. I just grabbed these next 4. I'm going to try and knock them out as quick as possible. No Country for Old Men, one of my favorite movies of all time. Javier Bardem was amazing as the villain, and then he played the villain in Skyfall, so this guy could play a bad guy. Drive, one of the best movies ever made. Soundtrack awesome. Gosling slowly becoming one of my favorite actors. Very intense movie, shot beautifully. Total Recall, once again, great action movie. Schwarzenegger, can't go wrong. Warrior, Tom Hardy, again, who is also slowly becoming one of my favorite actors, battles Joel Edgerton in this MMA movie, and I like MMA, and this was an intense movie, especially the fight scenes. Very good. Next up, Sherlock Holmes, and Game of Shadows. This one, I only watched a couple times. It was kind of hard for me to follow what was going on. I don't know if I was tired or not. I can't pick which one's better, but these two definitely have chemistry, and I'm actually going to marathon these one time soon. I'm going to do another quick 4 because I really want to get to the top shelf. Book of Eli, Denzel. Denzel being Denzel is actually a good story. Mila Kunis is in this too. Check it out. No Strings Attached. I like a good romantic comedy. I think this was one of the better ones. Ashton Kutcher's alright, but Natalie Portman is a babe. 300. Great action movie. Years from now will be a classic. Speaking of a classic, a movie that started out as a spoof or homage turned out to be a damn good horror movie. Scream. That's the only Scream I own. I want to get the other ones. I know 3's bad, 2's okay. 4 is actually pretty good redemption from 3, but I want to get them, but this is still the best. No! Percy Jackson. Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters. They're fun. They're cheesy. But I like them. Speaking of fun movies, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Black Friday, great deal. Enjoyed it. It was what it is. This is better than I thought. I thought it was going to be, oh my god, am I really seeing this? I paid to see this, but it's very good. Give it a watch. I wish I had it in 3D. It's actually only $12.99. I might just upgrade. So, check it out. Last of the Mohicans. Classic Daniel Day-Lewis. Enough said. Unstoppable. It's an underrated flick. Denzel Washington is pretty good in it. I just pulled out a lot of good movies, but I'm going to go through them as quick as I can. Best Mission Impossible in the whole franchise. Ghost Protocol, Brad Bird. Good luck with Tomorrowland. I'm really looking forward to it. I trust you. Django Unchained. One of Tarantino's best. Christoph Waltz, Jamie Foxx, DiCaprio, Samuel L. Jackson. This movie was entertaining. Each scene was amazing. Not one wasted, boring scene. My favorite movie of all time, Point Break. Name my dog after Patrick Swayze. Bodie, he's somewhere around here, but he's being a lazy prick. One of the best robbery movies. They're surfers, come on. Sin City, haven't watched it in a while. It was pretty revolutionary. Frank Miller, I don't want to say revolutionary, but it started a style, with 300. Good story, good action. Once again, my girl Rosario Dawson, right there. Zero Dark 30, The Crow, classic. Brandon Lee, rest in peace. It's tragic how he died. I'd like to see what the follow-up would have looked like if he would have done it. Classic. Iron Man 2. I like Mickey Rourke as the villain. Was that Sam Rockwell? Yeah, Sam Rockwell. I mean, it's not as the first one. Everyone likes the first. I like the third one. People don't call it an Iron Man movie. It's more of a Tony Stark movie, but you got to have some character substance. I will be buying 3. It can't just be him in a suit all the time. It's Tony Stark is Iron Man, so you got to start with Tony Stark first. That's my opinion on that. All right, top row. Top row time. Woo! Alright. Taxi Driver. Actually, I haven't watched this yet. It was a blind buy. It was a good price. Heard it's a classic. Jodie Foster. De Niro, Scorsese. I know a lot about it, just haven't watched it. So, yeah, I may watch it in the next week, so probably. The movie I bought today, John Wick. Great action movie. Awesome sequence in a nightclub. So intense. Do not kill Keanu Reeves' dog, or you will suffer. Alright, let's do another chunk. Let's see what we got here. Fight Club classic, Edward Norton, Brad Pitt. Amazing. Michael Jackson, This Is It. I'm a huge fan. This was a great documentary. Showed his talent and his band's talent, especially Orianthi. She can rail on that guitar, but this was good. I miss him. He made good music. I mean, not recently, but in the 80s he did. And in the 60s and 70s, Jackson 5 was awesome. Prestige, one of the greatest twists of all time. Two magicians going back and forth trying to have the best magic trick of all time. Christopher Nolan, awesome. Zombieland, Emma Stone, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, and that girl from Little Miss Sunshine, Abigail Breslin. Yeah, great movie. I could see this being a cult classic, a movie everyone still watches years from now. I'd like to see a sequel. If they're really in Zombieland, I mean, they're just going to keep being zombies. They can't cure them, so I'd like to see all four of these people reunite. They're all pretty big stars now, so. I mean, Harrelson's been a star for a while, but he's back on the map. Eisenberg and Emma Stone's probably the biggest star of these people now, but they should come back and do another one. Walking Tall, Dwayne Johnson. I need to own more of his movies, but this was it's what you expect. It's like Arnold, you know, action film, acting's gonna be okay. Seeing Dwayne kick some ass, can't go wrong with that. Goodfellas, classic. I'm gonna do another chunk because I don't want this video to be so long. Lucky Number 11. This is actually a very underrated movie. It's got a great twist. It's a pretty good story. Check it out. Not a lot of people have seen this. Ben Affleck resurrecting his career. Argo. Very good movie. 8 Mile. Haven't watched yet. Want to. Just got it because I heard it's actually very damn good. Tell me what you think. I want to know. The Hangover. I mean, you can't. This is the hilarious movie. It's probably the best one of the three. 21. Kevin Spacey. I think this was a very good movie. Avatar, The Moneymaker. Wish I had it in 3D. Might upgrade. Probably soon. Haven't watched in a while. Sam Worthington. He's an alright actor, but... Independence Day. One of the best sci-fi movies of all time. Blowing up the White House. A lot of people wish they can do that now, but you can't. You really can't. Ted. Hilarious. Sequel's coming out. Hope it doesn't disappoint. Sinister, Black Friday, bought it. Scariest movie of 2012. Very intense. Some of the home videos that Ethan Hawke watched had me on edge. I was like, I'd put my head in my hoodie and zip it up. That's how scary it was. Rounders, Edward Norton, Matt Damon, Poker, can't go wrong. Classic. I think Judy Garland's a babe. That's just me, but. Jake Gyllenhaal, slowly becoming one of my favorite actors. I wish I had more movies of his. But this was an alright action film. Due Date, hilarious. I think Galifianakis is funnier in this than he was in The Hangover. Him and Downey Jr. had great chemistry in this movie. It's very funny. Last Samurai, Tom Cruise, classic. Adventures of Tintin, haven't watched this yet. Heard a lot of good things. Andy Serkis. I'm probably gonna watch this in the next week as well. I really want to watch it. The Town. A lot of people are saying, what's better, Argo or The Town? I'd probably have to go with The Town. Argo has suspense, but I like a good robbery movie. Monsters University, sequel to Monsters, Inc. I actually love this movie. I think it has a great message. I like, Mike Wazowski, people telling him what he can't do, kind of like John Locke from Lost, and he ends up doing it. He wants to be a scare. He's going to try his best. He's going to do what he can to be a scare, and I love this movie. People keep telling him no, and he ended up whooping some ass in this movie. The First Red, good action film. Morgan Freeman, Bruce Willis, John Malkovich. Excuse me. I like it. The Heat. Don't know why I bought it. It was cheap on Black Friday. Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. People always ask which one's better. Batman Begins gets left out, but that was a great origin story. I'd probably have to say my favorite is Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises was still good. It was close. The thing about those two movies is the villain. Joker was mentally a challenge for Batman, and Bane was physically a challenge for Batman. Depending on what you like, that's how you're gonna pick your favorite. But I think Dark Knight, I think Heath Ledger as the Joker was something else, and I think it's the best one in the trilogy, and this is a good one. I want to get the new one. I want to get the one that's in white, that's long, like my Bond one over there. But when that time comes, I will get it. The complete Rocky collection. Rocky 1, amazing. Rocky 2, not bad. Rocky 3, Clubber Lang, awesome. And Thunder Lips. Rocky 4, my favorite. Dolph Lundgren, he's just a monster. Rocky 5, let's just forget that happened. Street Fighting Rocky. Tommy Morrison. You know, he's a good boxer. My mom actually met him. Nice guy. And Rocky Balboa. I think that was a good redemption movie for the 5th one. Stallone's probably like, I didn't want my franchise to end like that, so let's erase that fuck up and make another one. And I like the ending of the final one. I like how he didn't want to wait in the ring for the decision. He went the full rounds, the full bout with Antonio Tarver's character. I forgot his name. Mason the Line Dixon. And they left playing the epic music, and he gave a final fist pump. It was a good ending. Godfather. Part 1, awesome. Part 2, awesome. Don't know which one's better. I probably like Part 1 better. Part 3, let's just forget that happened. I got 2 Christopher Nolans in this chunk. First up, Memento. One of his first, might have been his first movie. Very confusing. Took me a couple watches to understand what was going on. Guy Pearce, amazing. Amazing in this movie. Definitely check it out. Hitch, one of the better romantic comedies. Will Smith was great in this movie. Eva Mendes is so hot. Yeah, check it out. Phone Booth. I very enjoyed this movie. Thought Kiefer Sutherland's voice was very intense and intimidating. Inception. This movie was something else, man. This was a trip. Dark Knight might be Nolan's best, maybe Prestige. I might say this is his best. This is his most enjoyable one. Iron Man. Talked about it during Iron Man 2. I think Iron Man 3 is pretty good too. But it's just up to opinion. I like seeing Tony Stark have to be Tony Stark to get out of sticky situations. Taken. Great movie. Taken 2. Not great, but it was cheap, and I want to complete the set. Will I get Taken 3? I don't know. Maybe. For the right price. Best Fast and Furious movie right here. Fast 5. So good. And this is Fast and Furious. This is the 4th one. I should have done that one first, but this one was pretty good too. A lot of people slam Tokyo Drift. I want to get it. I actually like it. It's a change of pace because we all know the worst one is the 2nd one. I'm looking forward to see what they do with Paul Walker in the 7th one. I'm really looking forward to that. Hall Pass. Sudeikis is amazing in this movie. He is so funny. Owen Wilson's alright. He plays a dweeb, but this movie, Sudeikis, and the chick that Owen Wilson's trying to get with is a babe, too. She's so hot. Once again, probably my favorite movie after Point Break. Kick-Ass. Went in thinking this movie was going to be awful. Came out. Well, I didn't see it in theater. Popped it into my Blu-ray player thinking when I rented it, after it came out, it was going to be bad. It was so good. So intense. Great action scenes. Nicolas Cage was awesome. Aaron Johnson, amazing. Red Mist, later known as The Motherfucker, awesome. And Chloe Grace Moretz, Hit Girl, had some of the best scenes in this movie. This movie was awesome. It was just wonderfully made. Wanted, another good action flick. Over the top. Totally over the top. Definitely over the top. James McAvoy was awesome in this movie. Some great action sequences. Curved bullet bullshit. I guess that's cool in the movie, but pretty ridiculous. Daybreakers, Ethan Hawke, awesome. Willem Dafoe. I thought this movie was very underrated. It's very good. I like their spin on the whole vampire thing. Yeah, pretty good. Classic Keanu, Speed. Bus goes below 50. Boom. There's some scenes where I wonder, did it really stay above 50 if we Mythbuster that? But who knows. Only Die Hard movie I own, I know. I need to get the first one, and With a Vengeance. I haven't got them yet. I'm sorry. But this one really wasn't bad considering what the next one was. One of my favorite movies ever as well. Lego movie. Chris Pratt. I love him in Parks and Rec. I'm glad he's a star now. I liked everything he was in. He was actually in Wanted also. I like the guy, and I think this movie could have been awful, but this movie was amazing. I've seen this just as many times as I've probably seen the other guys. 30, 40 times I've seen this movie, and it never gets old. Where are my pants? Toy Story 3, my favorite of the trilogy. 3D. I need to get the first two. They are expensive. They are expensive. What can I say? I cried during this movie twice. Won't tell you why if you haven't seen it, but I know you can guarantee one. People know the one scene I cried. I don't know if people know the second one, but if you want to know, let me know in the comments. I'll tell you. It's a great movie. Prometheus. A lot of things have been said about this movie. A lot of holes. You know, I really don't. It's plausible. I mean, I think this was a great movie. It was a great sci-fi. It looked amazing. It was very intense. Your Next. Clever film. Loved it. Rented. Didn't get to see it in theaters. Rented it from Redbox. Loved it. Rented again. Loved it. And rented the third time and loved it. Then I bought it because I'm not going to keep renting it. Adam Wingard, he knows the genre. He's good. He's stylistic. And he's got, you know, he can put together a good story. Him and his writer, Simon Barrett. I'm looking forward to see what they do next. The Guest was good. This was good. Clever. Check it out. The Alien Anthology. First one, horror film. Second one, action film. You know, which one do you like better? I like Aliens better. I like the action film. I love Bill Paxton. Game over, man. Third one, David Fincher. It's a shame that he didn't have full control of this movie, of the third one, because it could have been just as good as the first two. And the fourth one, Resurrection. Who gives a fuck? I wish I had the Star Wars trilogy or the complete saga with both trilogies. But I have this. Amazing. People knocked the fourth one. This is my theory on the fourth one. If you took out Harrison Ford and put someone else in it, maybe older, doesn't matter, maybe a little bit younger, and you changed it to just Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I think you got a good movie. But when you tag Indiana Jones, you expect certain things, and you didn't get what you expected. But the first three, amazing. My favorite's probably Crusade. I like Sean Connery. I think it was a good story. And I like seeing River Phoenix. I kind of think if he grown up, maybe he would have took over the role. And I think it could have been damn good. I love River Phoenix. Tarantino box set. I mean, this thing's amazing. He's probably my favorite director. I mean, the art's amazing. You got Reservoir Dogs, Jackie Brown, True Romance, Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill 1, Kill Bill 2, Death Proof, and Glorious Bastards. And 2 bonus discs. I mean, this thing is amazing. People knock Death Proof. I love Death Proof. I think Kurt Russell was amazing. He was so good in that movie. Favorite Tarantino movie? Inglourious Bastards. Christoph Waltz. Dude's brilliant. Brad Pitt was alright in that movie, but Christoph Waltz, Melanie Laurent as Shoshana. In the first scene where Waltz comes in and talks to Monsieur Lapidite, fucking goosebumps. That just, you got me in. It sucks you in. And then the barroom scene, so intense. And then the movie theater scene at the end, so good. And Jackie Brown, probably his weakest movie, but it was still good. Pulp Fiction, classic. Reservoir Dogs, classic. Kill Bill 1 and 2. I haven't watched them in a while. I like them. The only one I have not seen in here is True Romance. I know he didn't direct it, but he wrote it. But I want to watch it. Probably watch it soon. But this is probably, along with James Bond over there, this is probably my second favorite thing I own. Death Proof. Underrated, man. It's so good. Kurt Russell gives one of the best performances he has in a long time. Speaking of Kurt Russell, I need to get Tombstone. But there it is, guys. I'm looking forward to fill up these 2 shelves. Things I plan on buying. Star Wars Saga. I mean, there's some new releases coming out. Nightcrawler, Whiplash. I plan on getting those. Interstellar. Black Friday, I'll probably get maybe a third of it filled. Just, you know, if there's good deals. Right now it's new releases, and then they knock them down for Black Friday. I plan on getting more Funkos up there. I saw Slimer from Ghostbusters. I want him. And I saw the Xenomorph from Alien. Want that. I'm trying to get some more 3Ds. I might replace some of the ones I have with 3D, but when it comes to box sets, I actually want the Halloween box set, and I want Friday the 13th. I want to get some of those horror franchises, but this is like my first ever video, so I might have stuttered a couple times and mispronounced and did my grammar wrong. I apologize, but I'm looking forward to making more videos. I might start doing reviews. I like movies. I'm a big movie fan. Tons of posters in my room. I watch movies all the time. There's tons of movies I watch on Amazon Instant Video and Netflix. For anyone that's watched this video, it's a long video. You stuck with it. You dealt with me. I appreciate that. The reason why I did this video was FlickPick and Chris Stuckman did theirs, and I admire their collections and admire their videos. I'm a big fan of Schmoes Know. I think Mark Ellis is awesome. And Harloff. They got a good chemistry. But Ellis is just, he's so funny. But other than that, those are my 3 favorite people I follow. But that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.